This is Module 4, Lesson 14 homework, and today we are working with fractions and relating them to decimals. So we're going to take multiplication of fractions and relate that to decimals. If we look at letter A, which has been done for us, we've taken one whole that's been divided up into 100 little squares, which would, then we can talk about tenths and hundredths very easily. So right here we have 1/10. All of this right here would be 1/10 of the whole, and then we took 1/10 of that 1/10. So 1/10 this way times 1/10 this way, they would overlap just right there. We know that 1 times 1 is 1, and 10 times 10 is 100. We know that that's 1/10 as a decimal times 1/10 as a decimal equals 1/100th, which would make sense with what we've already learned. So we're going to go over here and add some numbers to that. So if we have 6/10, we would have 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, and 6/10. So we're going to label that as 6/10, and then we're going to take 2/10 of what we already have. So 1/10 and 2/10. And some kids like to do this in two different colors so they can see where they overlap, and that's perfect. That's great too. So now we're going to write this out. 6/10 times 2/10 equals 6 times 2 over 10 times 10, which equals 12 over 100. 12 over 100 equals 12 hundredths, which equals 0.12. 12 hundredths. And we can go and do a whole number with that. If we had 1/10 times 1 6/10, we have 1/10 times 16/10. Here's my 1/10. And then we're going to need to do double shading on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So then I have 1 times 16 over 10 times 10 equals 16 hundredths. And then I have 16 hundredths as a fraction equals 0, and 16 hundredths as a decimal. And then we go to the next page. We have, we've kind of taken away the model for it. So now we have 4 times 6/10 is 4 times 6/10, which is really 4 times 6 over 10, which is 24 over 10, which is 24 tenths, which is 2 and 4/10. We go over here. If we had 4 hundredths times 6/10, 4 tenths times 6/10, we have 4 tenths times 6/10. 4 times 6 over 10 times 6 equals over 10 times 10, 24 hundredths equals 0.24. The 24 hundredths. It's super important that the kids know their place value for this. And for letter C, we have the same thing here. 4 hundredths, which is right here, 6/10 right here. We would put 4 and 6, 24 over 1,000, because 100 times 10 is 1,000. And now I know that this equals 24 thousandths, just as we know how it would fall on a place value chart. The kids need a place value chart to remind them. They should have a template in their workbook so they can help themselves out. Let's just do one here. So if I have 7 times 3/10, I have 7 times 3 over 10. Then I have 21 tenths, which equals 2 and 1/10. And I go over here. If I have 7 tenths times 3/10, I then have 21 over 100, and that will give me 21 hundredths. And that's how we're turning those decimals into fractions and relating decimals and fractions together.